How should I start? That's the perfect start. Okay, let's go.
No, yeah, let's go. Come on.
Okay. We have this bridge, which was what the cameraman's first
Ah!
build.
Okay, I'm turning cinematic camera off.
I said you could turn it off. Anyways, then we built this gate, which cameraman hooked up this tripwire to, so it does this. And then I can close this and lock the cameraman out.
Oh,
And
I
then I
hate
open
you.
it.
Am I holding a sword? Alright.
Then let's go on to the first two buildings we actually
Oh.
built.
Let's just...
Just close it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Ignore them. So, the first one I built, this shack. It's a bad shack, but it has absolutely enough. It has a misplaced block right down there. It's perfect. It has floating torches. Yes, torches. Exactly. And then the only room that's decorated right here. Perfect. Then we have this door leading to the cameraman's first build. This blacksmith thing. With a bunch of stuff in the chest and whatnot. We have this sorter to cook all of the iron fish and all of that. I don't know why this fish. This is a... But, you know, cameraman does what cameraman wants. Now we go to the well. Come with me. No. Now, we have rolled it now, but this was before we got rolled it. We placed each block piece by piece for this. It was no do. And here we have a turtle that laid its eggs. I still want to say something right now, but only the cameraman would get it. Now let's go to the one building in town that I really like. This one. I can't hit it. I have to hit to the side because I don't want to break it. We have jukebox, counter, working seats, a booth with half-eaten cake. Then we come into here. We have more cakes. We have all these beautiful. Go down each one. We have Wine of the Turtle Master at the top left. Below that, Dragon Breath. Yeah. Below that, Lumber Bear Beer. At the top right, we have Ranger Rick's Moonshine. Below that, Flat Out Broke. It kills you. And then below that, we have Billy Bob Jones. Don't question why it's called that. Called that. Deal with it. Anyways, we have the work area. We have where the workers live. In the cabinet, the pantry. That's all they can afford. If they can't afford it, we give them broke. The drink. Then we have a trash can here to put garbage like me inside. I close the doors in this relationship. Here you go, pumpkin. Speaking of pumpkins, on top of the building, I built this magnificent pumpkin. Look at it! Marvel in its glory. Yes. With smoke coming out the chimney. Then we go to another early build. Well, a lot of early builds are over this way. So, first, the cameraman built this interior. Very nice bushes, stuff like that. Putting the cakes out so all of the pesky birds can eat it. Beautiful carpet. Pumpkin patch that hardly ever works right here. There's no thing for it to be put on. Random house that's broken. Yeah. Then we have this lovely bridge. and the area where hobos can. You saw nothing. And the area where hobos can be, so they can live under it or die under it. I don't care. Do what you want, hobos. And it has banners to signify the kingdom. And as we look off into the distance, we can see an ugly monster trying to kill us, but chained up. It's quite the spectacle. It ate Jimmy last week. Moving on. If anyone gets this reference, his and hers. The cameraman will never get that reference, I'm pretty sure. Do you? Yep. See my collections. Then we have this poorly made pathway getting up to the church. I did not write that. Blame the cameraman if that offends you. Because Halloween's my favorite holiday. Some consider it the devil's holiday. I don't. Then we have this beacon that has multiple glass. This beaconage. And there's nothing up here. Nothing at all except the crafting table. Now let's go to the, I wouldn't say downtown area, just looks kind of downtown. It's a corner area. Making my way downtown. Walking fast. Walking faster. Right here, we have Yale Plague Doctor. Inside, a chest with a bunch of heck this, heck I'm out. Almost insta healing. 2 out of 3 death. Get good. Bike meds. Too hot to handle. Black Plague. Cure the blindness in slow-mo. You want the Black Plague. But you're not gonna get it. Down here, we have where he lives. A dirt shack. Bunch of weird stuff. Nothing inside the chest. Oh, the cameraman without him. You can't see me. You don't see me. Then as we come here, we have my house. I'm missing. You never saw me. Anyways, as we come inside, we see my beautiful curtains and my coat rack, my beautiful kitchen area, set up nice, my area, my lovely chimney, which I like to put. I like to hide the bodies. And moving on, as we go upstairs, we have 2 beautiful rooms. This one hardly has anything in it. This one has a dragon head in it. What? And then there's the attic, but it's not much in the attic. Don't question the attic. Don't question it. Then as we leave the house and go across the street, if the cameraman can find his way out of the house. Are you in the attic? Are you in the... Then I've been in the attic. And as we go across the street, we see the cameraman's house. So, since he invaded my personal privacy, let's invade his. A mailbox, nothing in it because no one likes him and never sends him anything. Anyways, we have banners to represent the kingdom, the pufferfish. Because that's what the cameraman chose when I asked him. We have his dog. I stole once. I mean, I definitely didn't steal once. Then we have this. It's cake. It's moldy because he has no one to eat it with him. He's lonely. Cameraman's very lonely. And then cameraman built this. I don't know what it does. It's just a table. Then as we go upstairs, the first thing we see is the porch. A beautiful view of the ugly house I built. Going back inside now. Going back inside now. We come over here, and this is the maid's room. It's still bigger than the one in the diner. Then let's invade the cameraman's personal bedroom. He has nothing in his chest because he spent all of his money on the house and the bed. Moving on. Bunch of nothingness except the totally nothing. There's nothing in the attic, totally. Totally nothing. That's yours, cameraman. Don't blame me for I didn't put it there. You did! Then as we go this way, we have farms, bunch of empty houses. That house which has... What? Where'd you go, cameraman? Oh. You didn't pretend that didn't happen. It didn't happen! Okay, moving on. We have this lovely downtown area that has nothing but empty buildings. And a square tower. It's beautiful with my design. Yes, my design. I think my totally... Moving on to the death pit. We have this beautiful arena where we can spawn multiple stuff. Like this, and a boom boom machine. But anyways, getting rid of all of those. Go. Now that they're gone, if you look up here, we see a structure that the cameraman built, but it got in the way of other things. So I place it up here. I don't know why the cameraman built this weird looking wooden pole, but he did. Does it represent something? Is it supposed to be something? I don't know. That's up for the cameraman to decide, because it's his. Yeah, I'm looking at you. What does it mean? What does it mean, cameraman? And as we dive down here to my death, we have the market area, which is mostly a barren wasteland. Where there's multiple shops, annoying shops, and then we have Armageddon. Armageddon. Some may know where that's from, others may not. The cameraman should know, cause he played it. Cameraman, do you know what it is? I got my eye on the cameraman. Then like this royal area up there for royals to watch all the peasants kill each other. It's quite a spectacle. We have Stickman. Not Henry though. Henry, we couldn't afford Henry, so we just got this Stickman. Down here we have classes where the peasants can pick and kill each other with. Which one would you be? Then we look to the right, we have this big map of the whole kingdom with this annoying wall that I had to build around it. God, that took so long. Take all the beauty in. I don't know why, but it looks like the state of South Carolina for some reason. The wall shape. Is it me? Like, does it not look like South Carolina? Man. Okay. Okay, don't leave me! Okay, now, moving on. We have a lab that a cameraman built, which is utterly useless, and doesn't have much inside. So ignore that, and let's move on to the peasant area. To the left of this pond, we see a dock, and a poorly built maze that the cameraman tried to trap me in. Moving into town, We have the twin buildings that used to have stuff inside them until I accidentally made a weapon that destroyed the whole entire server. And I had to get a older save, and they didn't have stuff in buildings anymore. So yeah, I don't make weapons that destroy your world. It's a pain to get it back. And here we have stockage. Nothing inside, but chests. We have another well, but boring. It only has a slime block. As we come here, we have the library. Except it's not, because it's just library. To the left, we have my dog. It has a green name. Diddles. And we have that I built it inside, mostly in terms of stuff, but the cameraman also did a lot too. Total mint pests, I can't say that because the cameraman wrote it. Inside, we have Closetoras. But secretly, we have, through the painting on the right, a secret room with totally not TNT and whacking sticks with sharpness X and a bunch of drugs and pills. Beautiful. Quite the spectacle. Across here we have Le Terrain. It really just has a bunch of rooms. The only really interesting thing about it is I don't know where the disc went. Oh well. Perfect. We have 2 rooms for sale. Not sale, but for rent. Or for the night. Whatever. It has lights. Then we have the even worse room. Except it has a picture of a cozy guy on the couch. Kind of looks like a weird version of Bob Ross. Mm-hmm. Then, going down here, we have one room that's actually good. Oh my god. It has the best painting in Minecraft. You can't, it's a fact. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. Best. Moving on. We have a totally useless shack that's pretty much empty. The only good thing about it is that it has animals. Moving on, we have the barn and a bunch of crops, but crops. Nothing interesting. And here, this is where we keep all the animals captive. Ah, beautiful. So, as we fly up here, you can see that we have a bunch of different crops with many different shapes. What are the shapes for? They were probably for something earlier, for a quest I was building, but I forgot. And then we kind of quit on it either way. But going into here, we have ruins that the cameraman built. And a singular dark oak tree with something underneath. Inside it, we have ruins of what was a quest that I built for the cameraman. It was magical. And I'm gonna go up here while the cameraman goes through the whole thing. So, cameraman, where are you? Cameraman? Cameraman? Okay. I'm gonna show you. Now, if I clicked, boop, 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 boop. Open. On to the next room. In this room, we have a Saw-like game, which, Congrats, you didn't die. Moving on! By the way, almost all of this one's kill you. Anyways, if anyone gets that reference, we have the Liar's Room from a game, which I hope people get the reference to, but the cameraman won't. But because the cameraman's a cameraman and he doesn't have a life. Moving on. If you solve the riddles, you should know which button would be able to open up the door, but we've already done this, so the door's already open. And here was my failed attempt at making the maze from Undertale. Failed attempt. So just like go through it. You can go through everything that's not red, because I failed at that. Down here, we have like a boss area that we did a fight in. Down here, well, over there, that just leads back to the cameraman's house. I'm a creep. But down here, congrats, you just now died. Nah. As we come here, this was also going to be part of the second part to the quest. But the cameraman was the worst and didn't want to fight the boss. He didn't want to fight Omega Flowery because he was lazy and said nah. Look at this. We could have fought this, but the cameraman said no. Now, as we leave the pathetic ruins that was pathetically made by the cameraman, and the chambers are pathetically failed by me, we have this pathway to what would be almost mansion-like, to where the royals live and with. Yes, it has and it's also going to be having a redstone area where we mess with a bunch of redstone, and in between all of that, the maze that's actually good that I built out of spite the cameraman. And this beautiful wall, good detail and everything, with all of the banners and all the detail, because it's tiring. Then we have these horses that are also captive, because they're Rent-A-Horse, from the Rent-A-Horse Foundation. Then, as we come up here, we have this gate and the beautiful fountain that I built. To the right, we have the mansion thing, bunch of beautiful flowers around it. Such beauty over there. Then, as we come to the mansion, there's an even better gate. We have this where like guests can come eat. Someone already ate. I'm guessing it's you, cameraman. You ate the cake, didn't you? It was a lie anyways. But as we go in here, we have the throne of the king, which is no king because we just have stick people. Me and the cameraman are very lonely, so we just put a bunch of stick people around. Real lonely. Anyways, moving on to the rest of the stick people mansion. We've had these good floor designs throughout the whole thing. And on the second floor, we have even more stick people, not statues. Totally people. We have barracks where the stick people sleep. Comfortable. Then we have the guest room, where people who are important can be. Then we have this lovely porch. We'll get the lovely kingly statue and the beautiful maze that I built out of spite despite the cameraman. Breathtaking. To the right here, we have a staircase leading up to what would be a king and queen's quarters with the beautiful pufferfish and the beautiful sound of just walking in these bricks. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. Moving on. If we go back to the stairwell, and go to the top, like, we didn't do it in the first place because we were lazy and we just, We're like, we don't want to walk up the stairs yet. We have the prince who's named Harry, who totally exists, by the way, and this is his room. It's absolute beauty. And this is where I hide in his closet and stalk him at night, because he totally exists. And I totally stalk him. Now moving on, we have this crown that the cameraman built. I put flags around. Just flags. And flags are beautiful. Now, the moment I've been waiting for. The maze I built out of spite despite the cameraman, and yes, I'm gonna say that spiteful every time. Can you solve it without flying? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You solved it! See, wasn't that much better than the cameraman's small one? And now that we're out of the maze and I accidentally bled, because I tripped on a rock and hit my head. But everyone does that, right? This is not just me. I'm not alone. Yeah. Okay. Moving on, we have this pit, which is a totally real pit, and you're totally falling right now. Totally falling. Totally falling. Now that the cameraman is out of the pit, we have these failed contraptions, which I tried to make, and then over here we have a waterfall, bunch of like smugglers run area the cameraman built with a bunch of skulls and TNT and bushes. Because who doesn't love bushes and mushrooms? All of that good stuff. Now out of that smugglers run, we're actually gonna get on top of the wall. Enjoy what the cameraman built with his redstone. So here we have the cameraman's contraption that he made so as we quickly fly up the ladder and hit this button, it does things. Beautiful garbage. But not me. We couldn't fit me inside of it. Now, on to the next thing. Transition time! So, as we frolic through all of the flowers in these lovely fields, we see my my structure with a fox that just killed a rabbit on top. Outside, we have yet another gate. Then we have this beautiful pathway with these lovely lamps to signify you're going to a royal place. Then we're back down to the commons area. But this time, we're gonna go straight ahead. FBI, open up! This is the world. In terms of medieval stuff. And here's our area right at top right. At least the corner of it. Down at the bottom left, we were gonna build something, but we never did. We wanted to build an underwater kingdom, but we never did. And here is a place we will be seeing later. I call it Crescent Kingdom because there's like a crescent moon shape right there. See it? Beautiful. Yes. Now, I'll show you the light of the cameraman's life. Over here, mining all of those things, we have the lighthouse. Get it? Light of your life. Heh, heh. Now that transition time is over, we go to the wizard's tower, because wizards and wizarding wizard. Yes, I look kind of like a wizard, but that's besides the point. This, I ain't know how to build this. I tried. So if you say it's awful, I tried. Now, over here, we have this contraption that the cameraman built that goes like and blinks every time you press the button. But I discovered that you can jam it. But it was jammed when we came in. Now, ignoring that pressure plate for now, we'll come back to that later, after we jump. Jump what? You won't know until you find out. We have these poorly built slabs as a poorly built staircase that I poorly built. Poorly. Because I'm poorly at building. Then, we have this. It's not really. You can't. I think. It's not centered. I don't know why I didn't center. Why didn't I? What? Oh, it is centered one way but not the other. That's why. Anyways, there's nothing really at the top. Just like. Just a good view of the town at the top. So, you come here often? Rejection. It hurts. Now, as we come down to here, and then we jump. You missed. How'd you miss? Cameraman. No, you can't redo this, cameraman. That's what I thought, cameraman. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Now, coming down this entrance here, we have this beautifully thing built beautifully with all this beautiful flowers on top of space-like stuff with the end below us. Because wizards have powers of magic and stuff. And then we have this contraption that both me and the cameraman worked so hard on that it took us almost days to build. And it was so annoying. The toggle button.